Both Universal Orlando Resort and the Legoland Florida Resort are planning to reopen on both June 1st and June 5th to the public since the COVID-19 closures back in March. There's huge news surrounding these two theme parks and also a couple of new guidelines that I guess they're going to have to follow when attending these theme parks for the first time for the time being, as well as one that's a little bit controversial. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to SoCal Exploring, your number one stop for all things theme park related. My name is Scott. Make sure to check us out on social media at SoCal Exploring Media on Instagram and at SoCal Exploring on Twitter. Subscribe down below with those bell notifications on. Check out our merchandise store where you can get some nice merchandise for a reasonable price. That is teespring.com/stores/keepexploring. Hey, if you want to help the channel out today, go to our Buy Me a Coffee page, buymeacoffee.com/SoCal Exploring, and donate $3 today to help us produce higher quality theme park content like the content that you're watching right now. Like I said, two major resorts in the Florida area are officially opening. Now, yesterday we know that theme parks were supposed to present to the Orange County Task Force in Florida on when their reopening dates were and their strategy to reopen as far as guidelines go and other stuff like that. Well, Disney pulled out and so did SeaWorld, so only Legoland and Universal Orlando were presenting yesterday. Now, the task force approved this, but we didn't have an official approval from Governor Ron DeSantis quite yet. And that's why he finally approved these plans to reopen and approved these reopening dates. And now we have Universal Orlando Resort opening on June 5th to the public and Legoland Florida Resort opening on June 1st to the public. And the fate of Walt Disney World and SeaWorld Orlando will just have to wait a little bit, but I'm sure within the next couple days or next couple weeks, we'll get some information on when Walt Disney World and SeaWorld Orlando will be opening. As we've seen, SeaWorld Orlando already testing their roller coasters with masks on, so that means they're way ahead of the game and getting ready to reopen that theme park as well. But let's first start off with the Universal Orlando Resort, how things are going to go, what's open, and how exactly are the hours going to look when the parks reopen. Now, as you guys know, City Walk Orlando has been doing very good since its reopening on May 14th. They've been going really smooth with the social distancing markers, with the different regulations here and there. I'd say they have been going really smooth compared to what's going on over at Disney Springs. Universal Studios Florida, Islands of Adventure, and Volcano Bay, the water park, will all be opening up. However, the resort hotels will not be opening quite yet. Universal Orlando actually came out and said that they will be releasing official information on the opening of the resort hotels sometime within the next couple of days, but they're kind of finalizing how exactly they're going to do it, how exactly that process is going to go. But I'll let you guys know as soon as we have that information on this channel and our social media. We got the three major theme parks opening at the Universal Orlando Resort. Now, how exactly are these guidelines going to work out? Well, as expected, when all of us were speculating how they'd work out, how the survey went that they sent out like a month ago, and all the other stuff that led us to believe these regulations were true for the theme park. Guests and team members will be required to wear face coverings and observe social distancing guidelines. Theme park guests as well as Universal team members are required to have temperature checks before coming on site. Those with temperatures of 100.4 degrees or greater will not be allowed to enter. Staggered parking, manage and reduce daily park attendance, manage and reduce attraction ridership, show attendance, and restaurant seating. Some areas and events may remain closed for now. Increase cleaning and disinfection of food locations, ride vehicles, restrooms, and other frequent touch points that go beyond Universal's already aggressive cleaning procedures. Social distancing practices at all locations throughout the parks, within attractions and queues and at restaurants, and use of virtual lines at select attractions. Also, cashless payments and no-touch policies where possible. Seems as if there's nothing out of the ordinary as far as what we saw in the survey. There were a couple on there that were just like, wow, why would they even think about implementing that when they reopen the parks? I'd rather just have the parks stay closed for a little bit longer. But it seems like these are the normal guidelines that we're seeing throughout different theme parks and attractions as they slowly start to open back up. Universal is requiring you to wear a face mask at all times or else you will not be permitted in, so make sure that you're following this. Don't be throwing around the sheep word, don't be throwing around the I'm not soft word. Just do it if you're going to go out to the theme park. That's the bottom line. It doesn't say exactly what the percentage of cap space they're going to put on the theme park, but as we know in here, it says that it's going to manage and reduce theme park capacity. It will not be a reservation system like other theme parks that we've seen. You do not need to make a reservation to get into Universal Orlando Resort. However, it is highly recommended that you buy your tickets online and not at the actual will call booth or anything like that. They're trying to avoid as much contact with their team members as possible while still trying to enjoy the theme park at the same time. Yes, cashless payments. It doesn't mean they're not going to accept cash at all, but at the locations that they can accept card, they will decline cash, I'm pretty sure. But I know there's some locations like little carts in here that they have to take cash. At those locations, you will be able to pay with cash. But at most locations, I don't think they're going to be allowing cash at all. You're going to have to pay with a credit card or a debit card or some type of gift card in that sense of form. Now, virtual queues have been a big topic in what it's going to be, how exactly they implement it. Well, we're going to go on the app right now, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what rides are going to implement the virtual queue system. Now, keep in mind, I just checked this today, so this virtual queue system could change. They could add this to different rides, but as of right now, there's a certain list of rides that have virtual queue attached to them, and we're going to go over those right now. First, we have Fast and Furious Supercharged, then Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. Also for Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, Hollywood Rip Rider Rocket, and then we have Revenge of the Mummy and Race Through New York starring Jimmy Fallon. Despicable Me Minion Mayhem is also offering the virtual queue system. And for those who don't know what the virtual queue system quite is yet, well, basically once you get to the park, you're going to go into your app, you're going to click on the ride that you want to ride, you're going to go on there, you're going to select a time, and then when it's that time, you can go get in line for that certain attraction. And this is to help out with social distancing, also to help out with getting people into the rides a little bit faster and not making the queues extremely crowded and annoying and hot. As we all know, it gets hot in Florida and humid especially. Universal is trying their best to keep guests not only healthy, safe, but also trying to keep them happy at the same time. It is kind of interesting to see that there's only a couple of attractions on there listed for virtual queue. I thought for sure there'd be a little bit more, but it looks like this is, as of right now, like I said, those are the only rides and attractions that offer virtual queue. Do keep in mind though, character meet and greets will not be happening, as well as some attractions and experiencing for the time being. June 1st and June 2nd, they're going to get team members into the theme park to train them and kind of test them a little bit on the different ride vehicles so they're prepared for guests to come in. And then on June 3rd and 4th, Universal will be inviting some annual pass holders. So if you get an email inviting you out to go to Universal Orlando, lucky you, because you will be getting a lucky invite to go check out Universal Orlando and kind of test it for them and see exactly how it's going to work out. And then June 5th will be the official opening day to the public. Anybody can go, not strictly locals, not strictly pass holders. Anybody can go on June 5th. I know a lot of you guys are wondering how's it going to work out at Volcano Bay, a water park. Well, the same procedures that are going to happen at Universal, despite a couple changes here and there. So masks are not going to be permitted on the water slides, obviously, unless you'd have to get like waterproof mask, right? They're not going to be permitted on the water slides. However, you are going to have to wear them for the most part. There's not a lot of details on how it's going to work for Volcano Bay, so I'm assuming once you go, you're just going to have to kind of find out there. But I recommend looking into getting a waterproof mask just in case anything like that happens, as well as the sanitization goes throughout all the water slides, throughout all the tapu-tapus. It's going to go out throughout resort-wide everywhere. It's going to be the exact same for Volcano Bay, with just a couple of slight changes here and there. And as always, Losh will be out there as soon as he possibly can to film for you guys, to provide a vlog for you guys on this channel. But now let's dive into Legoland, Florida. Now with Legoland, Florida, they're opening on June 1st. There's no phase reopening or anything like that. They're opening on June 1st. And right off the bat, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Legoland, Florida is not requiring guests to wear masks. I know it's really, really odd that they're not requiring people to wear masks. Now, the way that they're saying it is they are encouraging guests to wear masks, and they're going to be offering complimentary face coverings. I don't see how this is going to work out. I really think Legoland, Florida, if anybody from the Legoland, Florida department, whether you be an employee or anyone, if anyone is watching this, I highly suggest you guys change that, because not only are you going to get a little bit of hate, your crowd capacity is going to go down a lot. Not a lot of people are going to want to go, and not a lot of people are going to want to feel safe. And also, it's just not right. You got to provide that health and safety for the guests. But nonetheless, Legoland, Florida is doing lots to prevent coronavirus from spreading no matter what. And includes social distancing markers, hand sanitizer locations, which there have been over 200 hand sanitizer locations installed throughout the resort that you can actually check check out on the Legoland Florida mobile app. If you download the app, you'll be able to see where each hand sanitizing location is. I think that's a really neat feature, and I hope that other theme parks as Walt Disney World, SeaWorld, and Universal Orlando implement this as well, as where you can see it on the interactive map on the mobile app. All of the recommendations are the same exact thing for Legoland. So distancing markers, lower capacity, 50% capacity to be exact for Legoland Florida, and also something that we've never seen at Legoland in specific is the use of virtual queues. So Legoland Florida is actually going to be using virtual queues as well. They're just making enhancements to the app right now, so it'll probably be ready about a week after the official reopening of Legoland Florida, where you'll be able to make a virtual queue reservation for a specific attraction, something that we've never seen at Legoland. So I'm curious to see how they go about using this system, as all the other theme parks have gone about using this system. One thing that Legoland is different about Universal Orlando Resort is the Legoland hotels will actually already be open on June 1st, as well as the brand new Pirates Island Hotel opening on June 1st. Now, a lot of people were excited to check out the Pirate Island Hotel in April, but since the COVID closures, that wasn't going to happen. Now it's ready, it's set, reservations can be made, and it's opening on June 1st as soon as the resort opens back up. And you best bet if there's a media event happening on June 1st for the Pirate Island Hotel, Losh will be out there filming that as well for you guys. We got a lot of good content coming on SoCal Exploring in the very near future. I think a cool thing for Legoland is they're actually theming their social distancing markers to bricks and making them kid friendly, kind of making it to where, you know, kids can walk around and just like jump on the bricks and have fun with it. Even though yes, they're for social distancing, I mean, it'd be easier for parents to tell their kids like, hey, step on that red brick right there and make sure not to leave that red spot. I think that's really neat of Legoland. After all, Legoland caters to the kids a lot, so I think that's really neat that they're doing something like this. Do you guys think it's too early for the theme parks in Florida to open back up? Now keep in mind, none of this applies to California quite yet, and I'm assuming we won't see anything happen in California for the next like 4 to 3 weeks, if that. We see restaurants and retail shops slowly starting to open a little bit more in California, but we're nowhere near as close as they are good in Florida. But let me know, do you think it's a little too early for Florida theme parks to open, or do you think it's just about time for them to finally reopen the gates to these beloved theme parks? Subscribe if you're new here with those bell notifications on. My name is Scott. You've been watching SoCal Exploring. Positivity is key, and most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace out, everybody.